This is Man, my Varlamore locked Ironman, and I am on a mission to complete all the Varlamore bosses without leaving the continent. In the previous episode, we managed to get a big upgrade in the Sulphur blades from the naguas, and we managed to complete the Moons of Peril for the very first time, getting our first collection log from the bosses. With that in the pocket, let's get going. A quick little thing I have to mention is that some of the clips I forgot to separate the audio tracks, so the in-game sounds will be a little bit loud, but I did my best to get rid of all of those where possible. Enjoy the episode. It's gonna be a long one. Professional YouTuber forgets to open the recorder to get 70 thieving, but there we go, the first 70 skill on the account. Wait, why are you still going there? I'm just gonna stack up 100 house keys because I keep running out of cash, especially for construction and buying lorries and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna stack up 100 keys. That should get me close to a mil. Not exactly a mil, I think, but that will definitely be good for a long time. Actually, now that I think of it, if I do 20 keys, I end up about 100k. So times 5. Yeah, no, it's not gonna be a mil. But still, gonna be nice to have some money in the bank and, of course, some free thieving levels. There we go. That is 100 house keys. We're gonna use all those up. That's gonna be a lot of money. Already got 150k just from thieving itself, but yeah, it's time to do some house thieving now. Oh, and let's not forget my one doable easy step. I'll keep that with me for now. Might be useful in the future. And there is a nice little milestone. 75 thieving. Gemstones unlocked. Well, that is an entire day of house thieving done. At 76 thieving, this is our last house, so it kind of matches up quite nicely. We have about 600k in valuables, some bone shed as well, and lots of jewelry in the bank. So yeah, we're gonna hand that in a moment once we're done with this house, and we'll see how big the cash stack is like. Alright, gonna sell off all the jewelry first. Today we did about 480,000 thieving XP, which was all AFK, so that's really nice. I'm not gonna bother with hopping walls, we're just gonna sell everything here. And we'll see how much money we get that extra from. We started at 150k. And we got another 20k of that. Okay, let's turn in these valuables and see that cash stack grow. This is gonna be good, I think. Every single one of them, there we go. Boom, 765k cash stack. That is going to be a lot of construction experience, so let's go chop some oak logs, turn those into planks, and get those construction levels up, because we need a few levels to make a toy mouse, so we can start training agility. Alright, I have banked 42 construction. That is the first level, so let's get started on this. Shouldn't take too long. There's gonna be some quick oak planks. We're running through it. Let's go. Alright, we are just about to hit 42 construction, which unlocks the crafting table that we need for the toy mouse. So let's get the final level real quick. I think I have all the necessary stuff in my inventory to... I just screwed it up because I need one more oak plank. I took the wrong chair. Hold on. Mistake corrected. I have enough oak planks now. But yeah, that's 42 construction. So now let's build ourselves a workshop. Where is it? Where is it? Workshop. Here it is. 10k coins. Let's build that. And then I think we should have everything we need for our... Oh wait, do I need a clock making space as well? God damn it. I did not think of this enough, did I? The crafting table, let's make that first. It goes in the clock making space. Okay, so maybe it is all the same thing then. Let's build the first one. Let's upgrade it to the level 2. And level 3. And level 4. Final level of the crafting table. Alright, and now we should make some clockwork mechanisms. We need 4 of those, because I have 4 planks to make toy mouse. I keep saying mouse. It's mice or mouse, make up your mind. Okay, and now... a clockwork toy, I think that's it, right? Yeah, and then the mouse, okay. We need, of course we need 33 crafting. Why did I think of that? Well, we are pretty close, so let's do that real quick. And there we go, that is 33 crafting. Let's go make those toy mice and get started on agility training. Clockwork toy, clockwork mouse. That is 1. That is 2. That is 3. And that is 4. Right, that is 4 toy mice made. And now we can use this to train agility. Luckily, we don't need to go all the way to level 40 or 50 for the worm course. We can go to level 24 to use these shortcuts here at Nemo's Retreat. And I have it from good source that these give experience, so I hope that was true, so that we can train here a bit until level 40 or 50. I keep forgetting what it is for the worm course. It is level 50 for the colossal worm basic course. So yeah, that is our next goal. Trick about using toy mice for agility is you want to find a spot that has like a little room to move and where there's no obstacles. So this is perfect. I also swapped the left click of the stairs to not be able to go down accidentally. So let's release these, and then is it just picking up or... Okay, there we go. That's 3 XP each time we pick one up. Luckily, we only have to go to... hold on. Wind up. Ah, okay, I have to... It doesn't work really that way, okay. Well, anyway, it is now time to train some agility to level 24. This is gonna take a long time. Just got level 10 agility, and I'll tell you, this is something. This is just... No, the brain is off, and I'm just clicking. As you can see in my chat box, I'm almost at 1,000 failed catches. Yeah, this is not exciting, but we only have to get it to 23, because I remembered we can buy a agility boost of 1 somewhere in a pub, so we're only gonna need 23, and then we can boost and use the level 24 shortcut. So that's 1 level less to go. Very nice. Oh, here is the last one to get 23 agility. We can now do a +1 boost and start using the shortcut. So let's buy ourselves a boost and get over to Auburndale, or actually Nemo's Retreat, and see how good the XP rates are over there. Right, here we are at the broken wall, and if all goes well... Okay, that is a lot better. And I can probably find an angle to just click this without worry. That's a bit laggy though. Yeah, there we go. That's a good angle, I think. No, it's not really the perfect angle. Well, I'll figure it out. At least this is a much better experience. And there we go. That is level 24 agility. Now we don't have to boost. So now you can just climb it. And the next goal is 35, I think. Oh, 32. We can use this tunnel then. So maybe that's going to be better XP. We'll see. Oh, I found a nice little spot to just continuously click without having to worry about camera angles. It's about 7k XP per hour. I had to pause a little bit, so it's a bit less right now, but it is at 7k per hour, so this shouldn't take too long to get 32. Spotted a random magpie, and of course I can't reach it now. It's probably going to fly across, isn't it? I'm still looking for the Rune Warhammer that can help me with Eclipse Moon. Oh, damn it. I messed it up. Oh, why are you not casting? God damn it. Okay, now, and I run over. It's probably... Yeah, it's gonna fly away because I'm out of its reach. Well, I still need the Rune Square Shield and the Rune Warhammer. And that could be upgrades for Eclipse Moon. So let's see if we can get that.
Many minutes later.
Yeah, I lost it. I don't know where it is and I'm out of run energy. I'm heading back to the shortcut. Oh, he's back alright. I got you now. Give me that Rune Warhammer. What do you got for me? Hey, the Rune Square Shield. That's not great. Really nice to see. Boom, look at that. Yeah, very nice. And there we go, that is 30 agility. Only 2 more to go. And then we can boost for the next shortcut. If that is even going to be better experience. Right, that should be 32 agility. Which means we can move on to the next shortcut with our boost, of course. And let's just see if it's actually going to be better experience per hour. I have no idea. So, whatever, put it all in the bank, I don't care. Let's take our Sunbeam Ales out, and let's see if this shortcut is any better. This is the tunnel right here. Requires 33, but we are 32, so with a little boost, drink the Sunbeam Ale, let's go through. That is really fast, and looks like 7 XP, 8, okay, 7.5 maybe. Back to 7. 8. Right, it looks like it's gonna be 7.5 experience. And it's also pretty fast, so I think I'm gonna stick with this one then, eh? Yeah, looks very nice. The next goal is 35. Then we can do the stepping stones. But let me just double check, because I think there is a quest that requires 33 and gives a lot of experience. Let me just quickly check that out. Right, as it turns out, I slightly mischecked. We only need 32 agility for Death on the Isle, and that quest gives us 7.5k experience as a reward. So the next step is we're going to do this quest and get a nice little reward. Should also be some thieving and crafting XP, so always nice to see that. Let's go do a quest. Death on the Isle. Alrighty, this quest takes place on Alderin, and we have to solve a mysterious murder. Never done this quest before, so we'll see how it goes. If there's anything interesting happening, I will be back with you guys. Right, apparently these guys want to go to a party, and I have to steal a uniform to be their butler. I don't know why my character is agreeing to all of this. It's kind of dumb, but yeah, whatever. And that's kind of funny, this guy actually tells you he doesn't recommend you breaking in. Jesus Christ, dude, look at me. If this isn't a... Look at that, the glass is not even moving. I'm an expert at this. You know, there's championships for this, for butlers, to like run with glasses on their toes? I would definitely win that. God damn. I'm gonna be honest, I just talked to all these people and I have no idea what they told me. We're not here for the storyline, we're here to greenlock the bosses, so I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Looks like we have our victim. What a surprise, I'm being framed. Kind of funny, while I'm investigating this, the body is just still there. Like, they didn't even bother covering it up or anything, they just left it there. It's kind of cruel, isn't it? Apparently it's time for a boss fight. You get to kick this woman to death. Apparently she was a murderer. But I have no idea. I like that they just stand around. Like, even the guys who are supposed to like investigate the murder are just looking at me like, nah, he has it. I mean, I do have it, but it's kind of funny. And here is why we needed the agility level. Quick little shortcut to circumvent some prying eyes. Down goes the actual culprit. There we go. Death on the Isle is completed. That's gonna be a nice agility boost all the way up to 35. Look at that. Amazing. So 35 crafting. Love to see it. That is another quest completed. Looking very nice. And just for the sake of completion, there's also all the masks we can get here. They look kind of cool. We also have the butler's tray that we can walk around with. Yeah, pretty nice to have, not gonna lie. So for completion's sake, we have to... Well, it's not here apparently. We have to find an icon that we have to use on a statue to unlock a future teleport for the pendant. So let's do that. We can search this fountain for an icon. There we go. And we use it on the statue at the most northeastern tip of Alderin. Alright, that's actually not in here then. That's probably... Yeah, it's gonna be this one. Alright, let's head over there and unlock that location for the future. And there we go. Ooh. Spits out a water rune. Cool. What the hell, man? Well, that is this location activated. Very nice. Yeah, that is Death on the Isle completed. It's time to continue our agility training, because our next step is going to be, well, I forgot the name, but the quest to obtain the Frost Nagua and the Amoxliatl. Right, we should be able to boost now for these stepping stones, so let's see if they have better XP rates. 14, yeah, that is way better. And slightly AFK as well, you love to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one more level to 36, and then we can do it without the boosts. And then the next one is gonna be the rocks here at level 40, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be the next one. And then with this final hop, that is for the agility. Very nice milestone. We can now boost to the next shortcut, which is just the rocks up here. So let's take our boots from the bank and see if the experience is better, or if we stick with the stepping stones, because the stepping stones are pretty good XP. It's not that click intensive, but yeah, let's see what these guys give us. From XP rates, pretty fast crossing for 10 XP. Well, it is, the XP drops are faster. Oh, it's 9.5 probably. I might just stick with the stepping stones, to be honest, because I think that's gonna be a bit more chill. This is a bit more click intensive. Yeah, I'll probably stick with the stepping stones. Well, we only need 4 more levels. We need 44 for the quest, so let's head back to the stepping stones and do those instead until 44. And with these final hops, that is 44 agility, which means we now only have one skill left, which is 55 mining, and that will be all the requirements for the Heart of Darkness. So let's get right on that. Let's go to Camthorum, mine some calcified rocks, and get that 55. And there we are. That is 55 mining. We can now mine mithril, and that is another requirement for Heart of Darkness done. But we can't do the quest yet, because I forgot that... Well, I didn't forget, I misread that you need 46 agility and not 44. So we need to do 2 more levels. Luckily, I think we now have a new shortcut that should be better XP, because we can boost to 45. This log balance is supposed to give 19.5 XP each time you cross it. So let's find out if that is better XP than the stepping stones. I'm also going to use up all these blessed bone shard I've gathered over the past few days. We have 48 right now, should get as well past 50. So, oh, I should probably get my jugs of wine. Let's see how far this takes us. I'm gonna guess around 52 maybe. I was only a little bit off. That is 4k to 52 prayer. But yeah, few extra prayer points. I'm never going to complain about that. Right, let's head to our shortcut and see how good the XP rates are. Alright, here we go. This is the log balance. We need 45 to cross it, so let's drink our moonlight mead and see how long this takes to cross. It's 19.5 XP each time. It's a bit slow to cross though, so I might go back to the stepping stones. I don't know, this might be fast. I'll just use this until I'm out of boost if I didn't get to 45, and I'll see you guys at 46. And Heart of Darkness. And with this final crossing, that will be 46 agility, which is the final requirement for the Heart of Darkness. So we are going to start this quest and see if we can get ourselves the glacial tomatly, which will help us greatly in lots of PVM grinds. Let's go. The Heart of Darkness will eventually give access to our second boss, the Amoxliatl. Let's take a quick look at the drops. We have 4 collection logs from the Amoxliatl in total to gain. The Frozen Tears at a 1 in 3, the Pendant in a 1 in 25, the Glacial Tomatlies in a 1 in 100, and then the Pet Moxie a 1 in 3000. Now, I am going to get 3 out of these 4 before even getting to the boss, because I want to use the Glacial Tomatlies to kill Amoxliatl, and for that we are going to kill the Frost Naguas in the dungeons that lead to Amoxliatl. So once we get there in the questline, we are going to focus on getting that first before we continue. The drop rates at Frost Naguas are a bit more rare, but they are a lot faster to kill, so we should be getting those pretty soon and also get some good resources. Let's get this quest started and gain access to the Amoxliatl. Alright, it is time to start the Heart of Darkness. I'm not going to complete the quest immediately, I'm just going to do it until the part where we can grind out the Frost Naguas to get the Glacial Tomatlies, and once we get those, we'll face on the Amoxliatl. Yeah, I'm going to get started. I'll talk to you guys when there's something important happening. That will be the first trial completed, if all is correct. Yes, there we go. Up to the next one. Alright, that is the second trial completed the first go. That actually took a lot more food than I expected, but yeah, here we go. That is the third trial completed. Now the next trial we have to fight the prince, and I'm not high on prayer, so we'll see how it goes. If I have to leave or not, we'll see. We'll try it anyway. It looks like I was worried for nothing. I did a bit of flicking in the beginning, but turns out I had just enough prayer to continue the fight. Very nice, that is all the trials completed. I have to admit I'm quite liking the fit of these robes. I don't think they're better defense gear, but they look pretty sick, not gonna lie. Oh, alright, we're about to head into the cavern for the first time. I brought fire spells because apparently the Frost Naguas are weak to fire spells. So we are going to check how we can kill them. And normally we can kill them immediately somewhere around here, so let's find out. Just help these poor people mine those rocks away. Here they are, the Frost Naguas. Rip Vulcan. Well, I do hope they're not gonna hit a 55 on me then. How did that guy get there? Did he jump that? Holy shit, dude. Some Assassin's Creed up in here. The question is, do these guys respawn, or is it just a one-time kill only? Need to figure out the... Okay, that's not it apparently. Wait, what? There's supposed to be magic attack, so... Why was he hitting me? Did I just mistime my flicks? Probably. Oh. Damn it. Gotta watch out for that. Is it on hit that I have to pray? Was that too late or too early? I don't know. I suck at flicking. That's something I need to figure out. I just want to check if they respawn. So I can work on Moonlight mods to get prayer potions. Right, now the question is, does he respawn or not? Let's wait for a few seconds. Alright, so they do respawn, so we can now grind out the glacial tomatlies. What I think I want to do first though is do some more hunter rumors so I can make the Quetzal spot here. It's gonna make it a lot easier to get back. And we should also get up to 75 hunter so we can get the Moonlight mods so we have prayer restore, because right now I don't have any prayer restore. I'm just gonna use up this that I have, and then we're gonna continue the grind. So we're gonna do some hunter first to unlock certain stuff, and then we will be back here. Alright, we are here in the Salvager Outlook where we can build yet another landing spot since we got 10 Quetzal feed. There we go. That is not super close, but at least a lot closer to the dungeon than walking all the way from Quetzalcoatl Gorge. So yeah, still working on the hunter. It turns out I only need 73 because there is a +2 boost that you can buy in the Hunters Guild, and it's either gonna be this or 38 Herblore, because Herblore is really slow right now because for Steves I have to do Master Farmers and I'm not really in the mood for that. So I just keep doing Hunter, and all the lamps I get go into Herblore. Once we get 37, I can boost to make prayer potions, so then it's gonna be a lot faster because then I have 38 banked. And that's going to be very necessary for the Moon's grind as well, for the Moonlight potions. Yeah, we're still working on... Oh, I should get my box traps. Still working on Hunter, doing rumours, getting it up to 73. At 72, we'll be able to do the Master tier, so that's going to be a nice boost as well. Or, sorry, Expert. That is a level 70 Hunter, only 3 more to go. I've got another 10 Quetzal feet, so we're going to build another landing site, the one next to the Colosseum. Because it was a bit annoying to get over here, but that's all done now, which means you only have 2 spots left to build, which are the Outer Fortress and the Colossal Worm Remains. So we'll probably get there pretty soon. And then we still have to greenlock the Hunter Guild, of course, which is going great, as you can see. I'm at 84 rumors with 0 out of 6. You'll love to see it. There is number 2 of the outfit on our first expert. Nice, 2 more pieces to go, I think. We're finally getting some collection logs in the Hunter Guild. That is 2 out of 6. We have our very first Sunlight Antelope task, and there should also be a collection log if we catch the bastard. Yep, there we go, because if I read the video correctly, this should be some sunfire splinters.
The collection log.
There we go. Our very first on the account, very nice to see. And also the antler, which I think is used for the crossbow, so as I want to unlock everything in Varlamore, we're gonna have to go over to Yanil to buy the regular crossbow, and then we can upgrade it to the Sunlight crossbow. And with these Sunlight Antelope furs, we should also be able to make some mixed hide stuff. I think we need to talk to him. Can you make some armor for me? We need to make the boots and the body. And mixed hide top. There we go, 20k down the drain. And now we can also make the boots from this. Oh, that's the wrong thing, I think. Can you make some armor? And then the boots. Alright, now we just need one more thing. I still can't wear them. I still need 60 range. I'll do it eventually. But yeah, we got those 2 out of the way. We just need the... I don't know. I always keep forgetting which it is. We still need the cape. That's the one we need. And that requires jaguar fur, which we can actually get. We just have to kill a jaguar, but we'll get to that when we get to 60 ranged. Well, with this Book of Knowledge, that will be 37 Herblore and also prayer potions unlocked because we have a +1 boost. I am going to continue with 1 more hunter level because it also means Moonlight mods, so we have 2 sources for prayer restore. So once you get 73, we can do a +2 boost to catch Moonlight mods. And then we are set on prayer restores, and then we're gonna start hunting the glacial tomatlies. Alright, here we are. That is one final red chin for 73 hunter, which means we can now do a +2 boost to get to 75 and catch moonlight mods. So let's go stock up on some moonlight mods and prayer potions and get started on the grind. For my prayer potions, I will be telegrabbing this snake grass that you can find on this table here. We only need 37 because we only have 37 Reynaus. So let's get that real quick. And here we have our +1 Herblore boosts. We only need like 1 or 2 of them because we only have to make 3 inventories of potions. I think that's all we need. I'm also gonna buy some jugs of wine here real quick to use up the remaining of our bone shards. And now that we have Sunfire Splinters, we can actually make the Sunfire wines. So that's kind of nice. Here we go. Our very first prayer potions on the account. Very nice to see. We have enough to get 38. So we're not going to need any more boosts after this. You'll love to see it. But yeah, that's the final preparations. I'm going to make them all 4 doses. And then we're going to head off to the Frost Naguas. Let's also use up the remainder of the bone shards I had left in the bank. Let's see how far we get with this. There we go, we got up to 55 prayer. Let's just use up these remaining ones. And it's really time to head to the Frost Naguas. I did just realize that there is a prayer altar right here outside the dungeon. So maybe we could have used that, but now at least I can just stay in the cave and not have to worry about going out each time. Which I kind of prefer, to be honest. So let's start the grind. See if we get anything.
Collection log.
Well, there is our first collection log, the Frozen Tears, which are charges for the Teleport Amulet. I'm gonna switch to melee, because even with their fire weakness, the fire spells don't really hit that hard. So I'm gonna try out the Rune Mace and the Sulphur Blades, see which one is better. And then we're gonna probably continue with that, because yeah, magic is a bit too slow to my taste. Alright, they are weaker to crush, so we're going to start with the Rune Maze first. It also gives us small prayer bonus, so can be useful. Don't mind these tiles, I was trying to find a way to safe spot them, but couldn't really find anything. Alright, let's see how this goes with melee. This is a point in the video where I am going to switch to voiceover simply because the sound of the naguas was way too loud for the video and I could not separate it anymore from the voice track, which is something I will fix in the future, but I forgot to do so in these clips. So I tried both the Rune Mace and the Sulphur Blades, and I don't think it's a surprise to many that the Sulphur Blades were a lot better to kill the Frost Naguas just because they have so much better bonuses and they are so much faster. So yeah, I killed them with the Sulphur Blades the whole way through. So dependence, I got it really early. It's a 1 in 100, and I got so many so quickly after one another that I was getting kind of tilted by how many I was getting. But on the other hand, that is a lot of charges for my teleports that I can use, and I'm not really going to complain anymore because I will probably be teleporting around a lot to Huey and other places whenever I get to the real PVMing. So lots of pendants with lots of charges. All good, no complaints there.
The collection log.
Finally! Oh my god, finally! Holy Christ! That was way too many KC. That is 1,433 KC to get the glacial tomatlys. But there they are. Finally have them. Amazing. Amazing. Also amazing supplies on the way. But yeah. I am very happy. Let's finish this quest off and kill Amoxliatl. Also, how cool is this? We have 3 out of 4 completed and we have 0 KC on the board. That is so nice. Let's check out the supplies that we got. I still have to alch these rune maces, but yeah, all this cash is from alching the rune maces, so it's gonna come down to about 500k back. Very nice. We have a lot of coal, mithril, and gold as well as soft clay and water orbs, which is gonna be very nice. The soft clay is for construction, I think, and a water orb for crafting if we get battle staves. And then for the runes, we got a lot of nature runes, death runes, and chaos runes. I also bought some chaos runes because I tried to kill them with fire spells initially. But yeah, we have a nice little supply for magic and smithing. And also, of course, all our teleports and some more blessed bone shards. So all in all, we are quite set for continuing our PVM grind. So I'm completely set up for Amoxliatl. I got my prayer restores, got food, and I got my super defense and super strength. So yeah, we're gonna head on over to the Twilight Temple again and finish off this quest. Right, let's go. I'm ready. That was surprisingly easy. Did I just get that much better at PVM, or was it actually that easy? Does that count as a boss KC? I wonder. Okay, that does not count as a boss KC. Okay, so we have to kill it a bit more after the quest to get the first KC in. Alright, let's finish up this quest and get a lot of experience. There we go. 8k mining, thieving, slayer, and agility. That's gonna be some levels. Let's see, 52 slayer for jellies. We can actually have jellies. 47 agility. And that's it. And 1200 total, look at that. I'm pretty sure that we have jellies. In that dungeon that we just left, there are like frost jellies or frozen jellies. So I think we get mithril boots from those or something, so that's gonna be a fun thing to hunt as well. But yeah, quest complete. Let's go kill some Amoxliatl, get some KC counter up. Alright, let's get the first official Amoxliatl KC in, because the quest does not count for KC. Okay, not super clean yet, but at least we're getting kills in. And that is 3 combat achievements done in one go. Not bad. Yes, definitely have some work to do on getting to the correct tiles and stuff, because I keep walking on tiles that damaged me. Oh, she actually spawns again. Oh, please don't die. Thank you. I did not know she spawned back that soon. Right, let's take a look at this combat task, okay? Because we're gonna be doing a few of those. Oh, we are still here. So we did the champion, which is kill it once. We did the tomatly triumph, which is killing it with the tomatlys. And we got shattered, which is kill Amoxliatl without any other unstable ice shattering. That was pretty easy. The ones we have left to do is 20 kills, less than a minute. How long was that, the kill? 3 minutes 14, yeah. The speed chaser tasks are not going to be possible for quite a while. We're going to need much better gear for that. So we need to go to 1 minute. I think there's also a 30-second one. Yeah, here. Then we need to do one without taking damage. We're going to have to pay good attention to the tiles. Kill it 10 times without leaving a chamber. We're going to get a lot of prayer restores for that. And then kill Amoxliatl without losing any prayer points. So basically a 0. Maybe flick it, or maybe just have 0 prayer and just tank everything. But yeah, good start. Let's keep going. That should be a perfect kill. Yes. Didn't get a single point of damage during that. Kept my focus. Let's get out of here. I think I'm gonna go kill some Huey with some of the clan chat guys, so yeah. Amoxliatl for now. Let's keep it at that. We're gonna do some Huey first. Concerning Hueycoatl, I will not go too much in depth today on this episode because I want to save it for a future episode. But there were some guys in the clan chat who were asking for some masses, so I joined in. Hueycoatl has a total of 6 collection log slots that we have to fill: the soil page, the hide, the huasca seeds, the tome of earth, the dragon hunter wand, and the pet. Now, these drop rates are based on solo kills, and they scale with contribution. So the more people are in the kill in the instance, the less likely you are to get a drop. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get used to Hueycoatl in masses, and once I feel I'm accustomed to the mechanics, I will be starting to doing some solos. Now, I have to admit, I don't know what happened, but I did not record anything during the kills itself except for the very end, so I have to deal with that for now. But in future episodes, whenever we go back here, I will make sure to be a bit more consistent with recording the kills. Well, first Huey kill done, and we get some soil pages and also a lot of combat achievement tasks. Let's see what those tasks are, eh? I did just get a quick mass to get used to it. I'm gonna do masses for a little bit because I want to get used to the fight, and then we'll get used to more solo kills. That's the first rune scimitar on the account. And this is also our heart clue. It is. Not doable though. Well, not bad. That is 10 KC. It's really fast on the mass. I'm just gonna use this to get used to the mechanics. And then when I think I'm ready, I'll look for some smaller teams in the clan chat. Alright, there's gonna be the final kill for now. Because I'm out of supplies for this trip. No, actually, let's do one more, because I still have hit points left. Let's do one more. Alright, that is 20 kill count, and that's what we're gonna stop for today. We just wanted to do a few runs, get used to the kills. Yeah, getting a bit used to the mechanics. Of course, in mass it's pretty fast, so once we're gonna do like in low amount groups, it's gonna be a lot more dodging and doing and everything. So yeah, all in all, kind of a fun boss. Got some green simmies, some herb seeds, some bolts, some soil pages. Very nice to see. What I think I'm gonna do now is I'm going to AFK a bit at the Sulphur naguas with the moonlight potions, because we have the glacial tomatlys now, so we can crush them down. Get some combat stats up and get some rune crafting done. Because in case you don't know, for the quest The Final Dawn, we need 52 rune crafting to start it, and by killing... wait, let me put this in the bank first. By killing the Sulphur naguas, we can use their essence drops to trade it in for rune crafting XP, so that's gonna be super nice. Yeah, I'm gonna head over there right now and get started on that. Alright, I've set up a full inventory of moonlight potions. This is gonna be so nice. I can just camp for a long time. Gonna get 70 defense first, and then we're gonna continue on attack and strength as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna AFK Sulphur naguas. Pick up the essence drops and all the ore drops properly as well. But yeah, let's get this over with. Get the 52 runecraft. So looks like in total I'll need about 2,300 essence to get all the way to 52. I don't think I'm gonna do that at one go, because that is gonna take quite a while, but yeah, I'm gonna do it in little bits and pieces whenever I want to AFK a little bit. Should be some nice stats in the end. There we go. 70 defense. Let's head back to strength. Probably gonna go to 75 base now. Alright. That is the end of a Sulphur nagua inventory full of moonlight potions. The drops are... Whoa, that was very laggy. Like I said, the drops are pretty good here. but we're mainly here for the Sulphur's Essence, because for the final dawn we need 52 rune crafting, and if we turn it in here, we get a little bit of rune crafting XP. It's not that much right now. I think to get to 52 rune crafting, which is a requirement for the final dawn, I will like basically get 80 base melee stats, because it's not that common of a drop. But every now and then we'll come over here and do some training. Right now, I'm gonna do some other stuff. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time first to use up all the ores that we got from the Frost Nagua grind and from the Sulphur Naguas. It should be getting me quite a bit of smithing and crafting experience, so let's see how far we get. That is 40 smithing. Still not done with what we have in the bank, so we're gonna get a few more levels here. And that is also 40 crafting. Once again, gonna be a lot more levels because we have a lot of supplies left to go through. Alright, I've bought up 20,000 bronze arrows. We're gonna use those up at the gemstone crab because it's about time I get some range levels up. Because 43 range is not gonna cut it. So let's get to work. Been AFK here for quite a while, but I'll pull up the recording for this little milestone. 65 ranged. We can now use black chins, 3rd H bow, light ballista, 3rd H range armor. Still have a few bronze arrows left. Not gonna get me to 70. I think from level 60 to 65 it took me like 11 or 12,000 bronze arrows. So I think we're gonna get to like level 67, 68. I do want to get to 70, so I am gonna stay here for a bit longer until that's all the way up. And then we're gonna do something else. What that is, I don't know yet. There we go, that should be 70 ranged any second now. There we go, 70 ranged. Very nice, we are now one skill away from getting base 70 for our combat stats, except for prayer of course. I'm just gonna use up the rest of these arrows and then we're gonna head over and do something else. Probably go to Sulphur Naguas for a bit to train rune crafting. Here comes a little milestone, 75 hit points and 89 combat. I have to say, this is a pretty chill method to train. It takes like one full inventory of potions to get almost one strength level, so that is a nice little balance to have in between. Also gathering up the essence of course for runecraft. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way to 80 strength first, then attack, then defense. And at the Sulphur Naguas is where I will leave it off for episode 3 of the Varlamore locked Ironman. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is the longest one I've ever edited and also the most work I've ever put into editing one video. This is a lot of hours of work and I hope you guys enjoyed it and could appreciate it. And if you did, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, tell your friends about this series, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell the milkman, tell anybody you want. And I'm gonna leave it here at the Naguas, and I'll see you all in episode 4. Goodbye, and Gnome or Teclon Man out.